Hello, my friends, and today I'm going to speak about the archer, the philosopher of the zodiac. And who else is it? It is none other than our dear Sagittarius. What's Sagittarius? When the word Sagittarius comes to my mind, Sagittarius, already you divide the thing into two. Yeah, and what is the Sagittarius? How do we see the symbol of Sagittarius? It is a half human and a half horse. And likewise, Sagittarians also are divided into two inside of them. This is one human aspect of them, and the other is the wild animal-like aspect of them. Yeah. So when we think about the human aspect of the Sagittarians, it's all about limits. It's all about making, setting principles, setting some kind of chalking out programs for everyone. They are very much involved in the religion. They are very much involved in those important talks of creating something very important. These are the philosophers. The Sagittarians are the philosophers of the zodiac. At the same time, this is one part of them, that is the human part. But when we see the animal side of Sagittarians, what do we see? We see that love for freedom. They need to be free, they need to be independent in thoughts, independent in action, running towards dangers. This is one of the things of Sagittarians, running towards dangers. They love dangers. Many of them will be attracted to extreme sports, whitewater rafting or bungee jumping and things like that. They're extremely, inclined towards this extreme sports. This is what I've seen. And risk takers, these people are risk takers. Even hunting also, I've seen many Sagittarians very, very much inclined towards hunting. Whatever is the game sport, they are very much interested in it and very attracted to it also. Now, how do you see who is a Sagittarian? Like, how do you make out a Sagittarian? Well, if you want to make out a Sagittarian, for me, I have noticed maximum people who are the Sagittarians I know. Whenever I see them, the first thing I notice about them is the forehead. It's such a broad forehead they have, this kind of the typical Jupiterian forehead, I would say. Yeah, it's large. It's large, and this is the factor of luck that they have, because they say that when you have a large forehead, you're a lucky person. And these people are having a very large forehead. This is the characteristic. The Sagittarians, if you look at them, they have a large forehead. The first thing that can be noticed easily, a very well formed head they have. This part is very well formed in them, very peculiar. Like some of the men are, actually they look like cavemen. This head part of them is so, so much like the cavemen kind, and the large forehead, and then they will have the beard and all. So you can see that it's very much, very much you see this typical feature of them is that large forehead. And the other thing is that the slender legs. Many Sagittarian, the men and the women, they have very thin legs, like that of a deer, or like that of a horse. Actually, really, really slender, very slender legs they have. Some of them have very, very beautiful legs. The ladies, they have a very beautiful legs. Some of them, like it is a typical, characteristics that they will have those slender legs, because as they are divided into half humans and half animals, symbolically speaking, they exhibit these features too. And there will always be this very, mischievous and very sweet twinkle in their eyes, as if they are up to something, always up to something naughty. Especially if you see your Sagittarian kids, they are always, they are like clowns. The little kids, Sagittarians, they are like clowns. You feel that, oh my God, they are just everywhere. They are just jumping around. They're just making jokes. And this part of that childhood Sagittarian, that clown nature, which wants to imitate, which wants to make everybody laugh and make fun and jokes, this continues later in life. So the adult Sagittarians are no less than the little kid Sagittarians. They are full of tricks and full of jokes. As if these people, my dear Sagittarians, you just carry a bag full of jokes with you all. Wherever you go, it's just like, you know, you can just make jokes just like that. And you're so, you know, like those Aries and Leos, you're so frank and so honest and brutally frank that, you know, like sometimes you make jokes on people also, and and you feel that you haven't done anything, but actually people are like, oh, he said that to me, or oh, she said that to me. I still remember this uncle whom I met at a wedding, you know, and like we were all, you know, together standing, and there is this lady who comes with her chubby little cute boy, you know, and he's like, ah, Chintu, and you know, like, so the mother said, no, his name is not Chintu, his name is Bunty. So, no, his name is Chintu. And then she said, no, you're mistaken. That's not Chintu. And he said, yes, because see, he has double chin, so it is Chintu. Like, oh my God, and we all start laughing. So it has become a joke. Everybody's laughing, but you know, like, everyone is like, you know, at the same time a bit embarrassed, but at the same time, because, you know, the Sagittarian has cracked a joke out of innocence, you know. It's like sheer, you know, a mixing of intelligence and humor and a sarcasm which bind together, and a joke comes out. And the Sagittarian has not realized there that, you know, it might have hurt the mother so much, or, you know, things like that, but nothing at all, you know. It's like it just comes like that, and they're very good at making jokes of everything and anything, till the very you know, later in life the seriousness comes into their life, because as the children, as teenagers also, most of the time Sagittarians are carefree people. They're like, oh, nothing doing, I'm free, I'm not serious about anything. They're just, you know, they enjoy life. They're hardcore optimists. They are optimists. They just enjoy their lives. They just enjoy their lives. They love to enjoy their lives. They cannot take life seriously. For them, life is an adventure. They are travelers on this earth. They're just travelers. They are traveling. Each place is like a destination. Each thing happening in their life is like, wow, like, you know, they are surprised, but at the same time they don't take it seriously until only later in life. Later, when they, most probably it's like after the 25 years of age or so, then Sagittarians, they start becoming a little bit more serious about their life. Especially the women Sagittarians, they become serious a bit earlier than the men, because men, they can stay like that for very long also, that kind of irresponsible nature, like, okay, it's okay, I will do it, I will finish it, you know. And they love to be lazy afterwards. You should see them. They will just pick up a book. For them, you leave them on an island and still they are happy. You just give them a book, give them 10 books, and you disappear from there for 2 to 3 weeks and don't show your face. Nothing doing. Sagittarians, as far as they have books, they are so fine. They love that. I have seen some Sagittarians, if they don't find anything, even if, you know, there is a wrapper which has something written on it, they just pull it off and they start reading it, and they just start, you know, entertaining themselves like that. Sagittarians have this hunger for knowledge, because it's the Jupiter ruled people. Yeah, they have this hunger for knowledge, just like the Pisceans also. That hunger for spiritual knowledge is there. But for Sagittarians, as they're more towards the philosophy, so it will be more on life, and, you know, more on things happening, more on religion, more on politics, history. History can be your favorite subject, my dear Sagittarians. I've seen some of them who are like, wow, you know, history, you ask them and you can just keep on listening to them, because the way they will narrate everything, it's so wonderful. You people are great storytellers. The way, because they have such good memories. Sagittarians have such good memories. Do you guys realize such a good memory you have? You remember just everything about your childhood. Most of them, they have this wonderful memory, and they are just, you know, when they start telling their stories of their childhood, when they are grown-ups or really old, like grandparents, they'll tell their grandchildren about the stories of their childhood, and they will tell everything, and they will create the whole picture in front of your eyes. This is that elephantine memory that they have, and they create the whole thing in front of your eyes, and you feel as if it's actually happening. You're actually seeing those characters that your grandpa or grandma or your father or your mother is speaking about, the Sagittarian grandparents or Sagittarian parents is speaking about, and you are just, you just feel like, wow, I'm watching a movie. They make the whole scene stand in front of you. And many Sagittarians, they are very sportive. They're very dynamic, sportive in nature. They like this kind of, like going biking, going hitchhiking, or, just mountaineering. I mean, whatever involves the movement of the body, this is very much required. Or, they're very good runners also, some of the Sagittarians. So, and whatever is extreme, whatever involves danger to life, somehow attracts the Jupiters. The Jupiter ruled Sagittarians, they attract it, and I feel this is coming very much from that animal side of their zodiac. It comes into them. They have to explore, they have to go and see, they have to learn it. I mean, to one extent I can tell you is that my father is on the cusp, the Scorpio and the Sagittarius, and I can tell you on this is that whenever he used to tell us the stories of the childhood, I remember he told of a story where he was just about 12, 13 years old, and he had watched this movie, and in that movie, the hero of the movie, he jumps on a truck and he just, holds the truck and then gets on this truck and things like that. And my father, the little Sagittarian at that time, he was so much like, taken with that movie and got into that role that he climbed on a high gate and he waited, and he knew that this truck is going to come out of this place, and he did the same stunt, like jumping. But what happened is that it was not very much synchronized because he was not the action man, and he missed that and he fell right below, and it was just about few centimeters away from the front tire that he fell. And the truck driver, he said the truck driver was looking at me and I was wide-eyed looking at him, and then the truck driver was wondering, is he dead or is he alive, like this kind of things, and then after he just had to just get up and run for his life, because otherwise the truck driver would have given him the whacking off his life, I tell you. So this is the kind of risk-taking that many Sagittarians have inside of them. Then you will see that wherever the Sagittarians go, they will just spread laughter. I mean, you have to see in parties, even in discussions, in meetings also, there is something about them, it's like they'll make fun of something. They are pretty funny also in the way they speak also at that time, or the way they can make some kind of very, critical, sarcastic humor. But they always blend some intelligence or genius. There is always a marriage of intelligence and genius inside of them, and that creates this kind of this funny kind of a situation wherein people are actually mad with y'all because you've said something absolutely hurting, but then just because of some innocence inside of you, they see that this is like a childish innocence, or this is just, this person doesn't intend to hurt, but it's happening and they are receiving it, and somehow you get pardoned. But worst come to worst cases, you can lose your jobs just because of this nature. You can lose your jobs, you can lose your partner also if the partner is not very patient. So this becomes very important for a Sagittarian to understand, because this innocence is there in you. There is this, this childlike innocence is there. There is this feeling of, pleasing. There is this feeling of enjoying every moment, and saying whatever comes to your heart. So this is very good, because you are not calculating what I have to say, what I don't have to say. They're just, plainly they will say it. Okay, how do I look in this dress? Oh, you look too fat. Oh, you don't look nice in that one. No, that doesn't suit you at all. And then the partner of this Sagittarian is like, oh, but this was a new dress I bought. you should have taken me, I would have told you a better one, doesn't suit you at all, you know, like. And then she would keep crying, or she would sulk, you know, or she would start brooding. And then the Sagittarius doesn't know, like, you know, what wrong did I do? You asked me, I told you. So as a proverb, you know, there is a proverb which says, if you want, in French they say that, this is what I heard in France, is that the truth comes out from the mouth of a child. But actually over here it is, the truth comes out from the mouth of a Sagittarian. They're too honest. And they cannot lie. If you're a real Sagittarian, you just cannot lie. Of course, if you have some other signs which help you to camouflage lies, you can do that. But the real Sagittarian, the true Sagittarian, cannot lie. You should just observe, even the child, yeah. The moment there is this lie that a Sagittarian wants to say, they will start laughing, or their facial expressions will be so funny that you'll say, you're lying, I know. And they're like, no, I'm not lying. And they start laughing with you, you know, and you know that, you know, and then they're like, okay, I cannot do that. I just cannot lie. They're too honest, brutally honest people. They're very honest people. And this is what makes them very special. This honesty is a very valuable asset. This honesty is a very, very precious quality that many signs might lack. But the Sagittarians have this honesty. Of course, if you're a pure Sagittarian, you will be brutally, brutally honest. And then always I've seen Sagittarians are like, oh, I would like to travel to this place, I would like to travel to that place. As if, you know, always they have this bag which is packed. Try to see if you are a Sagittarian moon or ascendant also inside of you. You'll have this craving, you know. I don't know how it comes, but there is this craving for Sagittarians always. They just want to travel. They just want to explore. It's like a child, you know. It's like, yay, I saw this, I saw that, you know. It's as simple as that. They just want to go, and they just want to explore new cultures. They want to explore new cultures. They want to explore new territories. This is that animal freedom instinct inside of them that comes to them. And I feel this is really wonderful because of that, Sagittarians can be very open to a lot of new things, provided they don't curb this or imprison themselves and don't allow themselves to travel. Then it can be that they get stuck in routine. This is the worst thing for a Sagittarian. A Sagittarian imprisoned in his habitat, in his particular routine, is what is the worst thing for a Sagittarian. A Sagittarian is not meant to be imprisoned. A Sagittarian with a routine is finished for him or her. They need some work, they need a job wherein they are asked to travel, wherein they are asked to meet new people, wherein they are asked to you know, explore new territories. This is what I have ever noticed, that they just need to move, they just need to explore. They have to be on certain platforms where they need to speak about their philosophy. They have to. Because a Sagittarian will always have audience. Always they have audience, always. No matter where they are, no matter which job they are doing on this earth, no matter how the job is, they will always gather people around them. And this is why some of the Sagittarians, they become politicians at one point of time. They lead the nations because they have that directive in them, this philosophy and this freedom. These two things combine with, and of course the marriage of intelligence and genius inside of them takes place, and they become great political leaders also. They are excellent teachers, excellent artists. They are very, very good actors, very good orators also. When they speak, they can charm you by their speech because they are so natural, and at the same time they are they just, themselves, they are just speaking whatever they are feeling about, and it's so much entertaining for people that they are like, sometimes they just get charmed by Sagittarians. So you should see, in a group, and the Sagittarians start speaking, making jokes and all, and everybody is drawn to their magnetism at that time. Until and unless they drop something, they're very, very clumsy also. You guys are very clumsy also. Because it can be like, imagine yourself at the table and the guy Sagittarians, okay. Of course, the ladies are also clumsy many a times, I've seen that, but especially with the guy Sagittarians, I've noticed that, is that they want something and they can tell the other person, like, can you please pass me that? But no, he wants to get up because, okay, I'm independent, I don't want to depend on anybody else, so okay, I'm going. And then the person is picking that stuff up, and by the time the person is getting that, 2-3 things on the table has been dropped. Maybe if there was a hot soup or some hot tea over there, somebody's thighs or somebody's leg has got burned by that time, you'll see somebody running out of the kitchen or the dining table, of the dining room or something like that, and the Sagittarian doesn't feel anything. Okay, I just wanted to take this and I have taken it. Clumsiness is also part. And another thing I've noticed about you guys is also that you've got wonderful memory. Jupiter, like Pisces, rule, memories, the name of the game. They have wonderful, wonderful memories. And what happens in this memory thing is that they remember, especially they love to read history, they love to read all about those all unknown things, like they're way ahead in their reading, way ahead. They can almost read about, they have all the knowledge about whatever is coming up after 20 or 30 years. They have already read it before in fiction, yeah. And then of course some of it turns into the reality in those many years. And like my father, when we were kids, he used to say, oh, one day there will be phones where we'll be able to see each other and speak to each other. And I was like, Papa, it will be so nice like that. Wherever I am, I will be able to see you and speak to you and things like that. And now, yes, on the Skype, on the WhatsApp video call and things like that, when we, those photo phones, when we see, and I just remember, it's like, my God, he had told this so long ago, and yes, it really happened after so many years. And that time there was nothing of that sort, but like, you guys are very well read, and you are just like also visionaries. Some of you have that the thing to see beyond, that voyance, what we say. These are the kind of, that mystic side is also very much in the Sagittarians. This is also what I have noticed. They can see very much far beyond, and they have this very good memory, as I was saying. And this memory in them is very selective again, because they can remember the dates in history, like, okay, during this country attacked that country on this particular date, this happened and that happened. But then they can remember all this, their whole childhood things and stuff like that, but then they are so forgetful in the day-to-day lives. Like, where did I put my coat? Where are my keys? Where is my wallet? Where is my bag? Where is my checkbook? Where is my pen? Where are my car keys? So these are the small things, that you are so forgetful about that. So like, yeah, like the absent-minded professors, exactly. It must be coming from there. This word must be coming from Sagittarians, because this is what happens also with them. And for Sagittarians, I've seen one thing. So many things I'm seeing, but I have the habit of saying one thing. I've said so many things already. So there is this thing about Sagittarians, is that, till you are good to them, fine, like They will discuss, they will joke with you about things. No matter, like, even if you have a Sagittarian boss or an authority figure, they will joke with you. That's not a problem. But the moment you start crossing your limits, you know, they will also put you straight. They'll put you right back to your position, you know. They have that in them, because this is that authority of the Jupiter that is inside of them. They will get you back, you know, even if you're laughing and all. And sometimes while making jokes, or you know, you feel, oh, okay, everybody's so lenient, you know, the Sagittarian boss, the Sagittarian authority figure, or the Sagittarian father or the mother is so lenient. But the moment you do something which is too indisciplined, or is not in the right behavior, in the right you know, structure, you will be put straight back, that no, you're doing that wrong. They will tell you directly, now behave yourself, that's enough, you've had enough fun, that's enough now. Yeah. And then you are like, oh. It's like an alarm bell for you, you know, like, I better stop here, otherwise you never know. And if you accuse a Sagittarian of doing something that the Sagittarian has not done, it's finished for you. I have to tell you this before. I mean, you can see that jovial, optimist, fun-loving Sagittarian in front of you turn into a wild beast. The Sagittarian will attack you brutally with the words, and the facts right on your face will be thrown right on your face there. And that violent temper outburst will take place. They don't like to be accused. I mean, who does? But with Sagittarians, this is their very soft point. Never touch it. If they have not done something, or if you have a doubt, discuss with them. But this is what happens, is that they will just lash back at you, and you will not even know how you landed up in the hospital with a black eye, with the arm in the sling. You will not know. Okay? But the last memory of that thing would be that I said something to a Sagittarian and he got mad. That's all you will remember at that time. I have to tell you. So you have to be careful. They can be very violent and very, you know, their anger can be too strong and very attacking when they get mad. When they get mad is that when they are innocent, why do you have to accuse them? Even in a husband and wife, it might happen that the wife or the husband says something to the Sagittarian partner that the Sagittarian partner has not done. And then you have to get a piece of their mind, and a very big piece you will get it. Okay, so take care of that. I warned you. Okay. Yes. And then about their love, the way they approach love is also quite interesting. It's like Sagittarians are comfortable. Okay, they are very independent beings. First of all, they would like to, you know, be as independent as possible. For them, love is like a game of hunting. Okay, it's like the game, you know. For them, it's like they are not so much, you know, they will not like to run behind anyone, but somebody, okay, is, you know, giving the kind of signals that, okay, I can be good for you and things like that, then okay. And if the Sagittarian has their eye upon you, then, well, the archer, you know, is going to hit you straight in your heart like the Cupid. They are very good at shooting. Yeah. And they will. Their aim is very good. Yeah. The aim is very good, not just that Cupid's arrow, but also, you know, as if they are in the sports of archery and things, or shooting also, they are very, very good at aiming, because that is there. And you should notice also in the kids also, Sagittarian kids, they're very much interested. Just give them a bow and an arrow of 10, you know, 12 different sign kids, and this archer, this little Sagittarius of ours, will take that arch and then will just completely hit the bullseye. They have that. They have that in them. So in love also they are a bit like that, you know. They will know how to just, you know, get to that object of their affection, to get to that beloved of theirs, and how to convey it. They will impress the person they love in no time. And, you know, the best way to impress for them, they have the best weapon with them, and that's humor. they will make you laugh and laugh, that whatever amount of sophistication you're wearing, it just drops down and you are your natural self in front of them. And then you feel that, wow, I can survive with this Sagittarian so nicely. The life will be like all the time, it will be like a party, we will be laughing day and night, it would be fun. But wait a minute. Yes, laughing is good, they are going to make you laugh and all, but the moment you say, the ring please, this is where you will set the Sagittarius a bit running or a bit scared, like, oh, what is that? I don't want the smallest handcuff. I don't want the smallest handcuff in my finger. No, 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 I don't want my independence. They will take time, especially the male Sagittarians will have a lot of difficulties to commit. The ladies have to really, you know, follow them and make them realize that, yes, I am the one for you. And then after that, after serious consideration and lot of time, then they will commit. Of course, for the lady Sagittarians, it becomes a little bit different. They are not running away, but at the same time, they have very high standards of accepting somebody in their lives. Once I had read in a book, I remember, about this Sagittarius lady who was dating a man, and the man was thinking of proposing to her, and just before, you know, he is preparing himself to say the things to her, and she just says, oh, you're so short, you would almost, you know, fit into the school. And the poor guy is like, that means I'm outrightly rejected, you know, like his words get stuck there. The proposal words are stuck over here, because right there she has attacked his height, you know, oh, you're so short, you can almost pass for a child in the school or something like that. And then she looks at a taller man in the restaurant and she says, oh, but he's so tall, he would be like a giraffe in Africa, you know, like, so he doesn't understand, like, what does she mean, like, I'm short, so what? And then afterwards, after he just keeps quiet, because he's completely, you know, sad about it, that he wanted to propose, and outrightly he has got something which is very, you know, sarcastic, and something about his height. And afterwards she just says that, but I think even if you're short, you're just right for me, you know. And still he's a bit surprised, like, am I supposed to say it? Am I not supposed to say it? You know. So this is what Sagittarians, they are like. So if you're dating a Sagittarian, just be aware of, you know, every time whatever they say doesn't mean that they want to hurt you. It's not the intention. It's not a Sagittarian intention to hurt. They are just being honest. They just say what they feel. They're kids. They're like kids. They'll just say what they feel. So you can get confused with them. But if you understand that they are like that, then you will understand how to handle them also. Because Sagittarians are really like children somewhere. Aries and Sagittarians have a lot of things in common. This is what I've seen. Always a lot of things in common. And of course, some Leo things also. Of course, the fire signs, these three are fire signs. And when I see Sagittarians, when are they the weakest? Is when they are a bit unwell. When they fall sick, oh, they are paranoid about falling sick. They will, if you see the Sagittarian, I've seen some Sagittarians, if they have a headache, they'll say, I hope I don't have a brain tumor. It's just a headache. I hope I don't have a brain tumor. Oh, I'm having pains in my joints. I hope I don't have a bone TB. Oh dear, dear, dear. Where do you learn this medical vocabulary, by the way? You have to speak like that to your little Sagittarius. No matter what his or her age is, they are really, really paranoid when they get sick. They start imagining the worst things that has happened to them. They don't like to be sick, first of all. the only time the Sagittarian parent is very much stressed and doesn't like doesn't like behave his or her normal self is when her child falls sick or his child has fallen sick. When a Sagittarian parent's child falls sick with even the smallest things, they're like helpless. They become so helpless because they're so emotional about their children. They're so emotional about this health factor also in their lives. They don't like to fall sick. First of all, they will not want to fall sick, and they will take utmost care of them by being sportive, by trying to eat the right things. And otherwise, if they at all fall sick, then they will be like going to different doctors. Some of them I've seen, they visit 10 doctors. They come with 10 different prescriptions, at least in India. This is what I've seen over here. We are not allowed, luckily. I would go to the same doctor 10 times if I was a Sagittarian over here. And what happens is that they come back with different prescriptions, but they don't take any medicines. It's just because when they are sick, they just need reassurance. They just need someone to tell them, you don't have any problem. It is just psychosomatic, whatever that imagination is growing in your head, it is just a paranoid reaction to a very small thing. So we have to explain to them, just like little children, oh, it's a very little scratch, it's going to be fine, you don't want to worry. There is no point in stitching this little scratch, there is no point in having a surgery for this. We have to be like their mothers and fathers at that time. And they will be like, are you sure? No matter what the age, they will look into your eyes and they will be like, are you sure I don't have any problem? No, you don't have any problem. Everything is fine. No, but why did I feel this? Why did I feel that? Well, this is a normal mechanism of the body and it will, be healed. No, but now why am I feeling this pain? It's going to be fine. So we have to be very, very patient when a Sagittarian falls sick. You have to be like the nurses, you have to be like the doctors, you have to be like the psychologists with them. They themselves are. But in this case, they lose all that optimism in just 1 or 2 days. It's lost. It's not that they are weak. It's just that they get shaken, that something's not okay inside of me and I don't like it. And they will not stay bedridden for long. They will jump out of that bed. In 2-3 days, they will just take, if they are told to take medicines for 7 days, they will take it for 2 days. And then after, when they start feeling better, they're up and about. And when the people at home tell them, can you please finish your medicine, the medicine treatment that the doctor has given to you. You cannot leave antibiotics like that. No, it's okay. Oh, the antibiotics, they spoil my stomach. No, it's okay. I'm fine. And they continue until it can relapse 2 times more on them. So health remains a fragile thing for them. You need to take care, Sagittarians. You don't need to, imagine that something has happened to you, nothing. Because, you have that capacity also, because you are blessed by the lady luck. That is what you said. You are the luckiest in the zodiac, because you have this Papa Jupiter upon your head. So this is why you have to be, you have to consider yourself lucky and blessed also. You don't need to worry. You just need to give positive vibrations to your body and everything is going to be fine. You have to know that, my dear Sagittarians. You don't need to worry about that, you know that? And then after that, where are the, yes, I could get some things also. Where are the fragile points of the Sagittarians regarding the health? The hips. Yeah, because why the hips? I was wondering why the hips, and I said, yeah, because the archer is half human and half animal, right? Yeah. So what happens here is that part where the animal part starts is almost the hips. Yeah, because the half human finishes at the hip level and then the animal body starts. So this is the hip region is very, very sensitive. So they can have some kind of hip pains, or also what else are the things, that the slip disc and this kind of things also, they need to take care of that. Then liver also, because extreme anger can be stocked in the liver, so liver problems also, they can be prone to liver problems. The liver gets heated up very fast. Maybe green raw apples can do you good. And then intestines also, because the stress that they can take on certain things, especially regarding their children, their jobs, or when they want to make a point, and something is not right, someone has said something wrong to them, then they need to prove themselves up. So at that time they're completely heavily strung inside of them, so that anxiety, panic attacks can also happen. And even this anger attacks also, some of those Sagittarians can show. And they also need to take care of getting into negative, pessimistic thinking, because this can give them depressions in the longer run. So they really need to take care of this aspect of their body and mind. And meditation would be the best thing for Sagittarians, because and of course sports. This is why somewhere you love sports, that outdoor activities are very, very important for you, my dear Sagittarians. And jobs for Sagittarians. Well, Sagittarians they can be very good army. In the army they can be very good commanders. Yeah, they have, of course, the shooters also, because they are very good at aiming also. Very good sports people also. You can be very sportive. So as sportsmen also, you're very, very good at sportswomen. Then you are very good politicians, very good orators. Then Sagittarians, doctors also, I have seen surgeons, especially Sagittarian surgeons are also very, very good at business also, because that keen sense is there. They are very good at making out what is what, and what will this lead to. They are very good at that. They're very good at predicting, at forecasting. So astrology also comes into that. So and very mystical things also, they are very much into it also, in the sense they love what is hidden. They love to unearth things that are hidden, just like the Scorpios. They can be very good archaeologists also, very good historians. Librarians also very good, because they love to read. Yeah, so something related to books. Very good writers also, because they can be very, very good writers, because they have a very philosophical inclination. Whatever we see in one aspect, they will see it with a very different way of, very, very different way. They are very good actors. They're wonderful actors. I mean, they are very versatile actors, I would say. They have this gift of acting, of imitating, mimicry artists, stand-up comedians also. They can be very good ones in that also. I mean, there are so many things that Sagittarians can do, but I see them more as religious leaders also, the ones who set things in the proper, in the proper balance. But however, when the Sagittarians' love for religion gets a bit excessive, they can turn into fanatics, and that can be really bad for them, because then they lose the balance of the reality and what is the real religion. Yeah, so there they can turn fanatic about any religion they are following, or even not just about religions, but whatever their belief system is. They are too stubborn and rigid about it also. It's like that, so it's like that, so that Sagittarians also can that is one of the things of the Sagittarians also, is that they are totally devoted and honest. So whatever they enter into, they are devoted into it. They just want to give things and be completely devoted into it. And at the end, I would like to sum up like, Sagittarians are those fun-loving people whom, if they are not around us, we would be completely bored. Completely bored. I feel that we need a Sagittarian friend. At least one Sagittarian friend is very much required. And one Sagittarian friend not just makes us laugh, but also tells us directly and truthfully what is what, and also explains us the philosophy of life, the philosophy of particular things. If you are heartbroken and all, if you go to a Sagittarians, they will tell you a few jokes, they will make you laugh. At the same time, they will explain to you, like, okay, you have lost somebody in your life, but you see so many options ahead of you, and that over optimism is inside of them. They will make you smile, they will make you cheer up no matter what they are going through. But Sagittarian never loses hope. They are optimists. They are really optimists. They never lose hope in something better happening in their lives. And I think Sagittarians we require, because their philosophy in life, the philosophy of looking at life and of living life and of preaching life is wonderful. And of course, as religious guides also, Sagittarians can be very good if they are not too much in the extreme of it. And I really feel Sagittarians are wonderful teachers, and they are the luckiest of the zodiac. But if they know how to unfold, how to how to just unfold this gift that has been given to them, many a times they find themselves stuck into certain things, and they feel sad that things are not working out in their favor, in their jobs or in their personal lives. But they just fail to see that most probably that is not the path that they are supposed to be on, and somehow the divine guides them or pushes them. This, as they are born under the Jupiter sign, they are automatically driven to their path at one point of time. And Sagittarians need to know that when they go through the worst, it is at that time a wonderful change is about to come into their life, because this is all taking place in order to push them on the wonderful path of evolution, of expansion, of travel, of discovery, of optimism, and of luck, of course. So thank you, my dear Sagittarians, for listening to me. I really enjoyed knowing you so well, and yes, it was quite a journey to see how you people are, and those perfectionists that you can be at times, even if with your clumsiness, but that the other side of you is perfection. Yes, so I was really like seeing how the Sagittarians oscillate between this freedom and this imprisonment of human life and freedom of this wild side of them. And it's wonderful to see how you manage these two things in your life. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. And please let me know in the comments how did you like it, and please do like, share and comment, and please do share it with those of the relatives and family friends who are Sagittarians, and don't forget to subscribe. And see you next time. Bye bye, take care, God bless, bye.